And the ceasefire has brought temporary relief to Gaza, but the humanitarian crisis persists. How do you assess the impact so far?
Well, after regards, I think Benjamin Netanyahu is trying to escalate the situation from day to day, and maybe he succeed. He feel he has all the power. According to him, he succeed to get rid of all the leaders, first and second group of the leaders of Hamas, as well as Hezbollah in Lebanon. What he's trying to do in West Bank, as well as his long arm to in Yemen with the Houthi, that will escalate the situation. Hope the ceasefire can do something different, but I think he's trying to gain more time. He is interesting to wait for the upcoming 2 or 3 weeks when his friend President Trump will be in the office by the 20th of January. Escalating the situation, according to him, there is a fear in the area that what he's trying to do in Yemen with Al-Houthi is trying to bold the situation to get Iran involved. I think international efforts, United Nations, government in the region are trying so much, giving an effort to stop Benjamin Netanyahu of what he is trying to do as a dream. But I think with the absence of the proper government right now, Biden is in his last few days, so I think he's trying to use all this kind of absence of the American effort or American influence to Benjamin Netanyahu to do what he would like to do, unfortunately.
Right. Mr. Mahram, human rights organizations have labeled Israel's actions in Gaza as genocide. What can the international community do to hold Israel accountable for these crimes?
Well, it is not the first time there is so many, reports and actions against what Benjamin Netanyahu and Israel leaders are doing in the region. But even the General Secretary of the United Nations, Antonio Guterres, so many times he blamed and he command all what's happening. I don't think that Israel is listening, and it seems like, unfortunately, there is no other power. Either the United Nations and all the allies, other UN groups can do something with this situation unless America is really need kind of a change. The all keys of the matter is within the American leaders more than chance. I hope that with the new cabinet will come with the President Trump has to look to the matter from different point. Even the security of the Middle East is something very important to America. So I hope that some kind of good pressure can come from the American leaders.
Mm-hmm. Now, nearly 90% of Gaza's population has been displaced. What immediate measures are needed to address the catastrophic situation?
Well, still, I think what Benjamin Netanyahu is trying to do is to move those people and to push them to go to some other areas, either by force or by their own choice. Not only gather people, but even in the West Bank. I think what he's trying to do, all his trial was failed, but unfortunately, what is suffering are the Palestinian people. Hope in the near future something can happen with his mentality and his cabinet also in Israel. Someone has to advise him that what he is dream cannot achieve at all because it is not physical, can be done.
Now, Amnesty International has called on arms supplying nations to reconsider their support for Israel. How realistic is this demand in the current geopolitical climate and with the supporters we're seeing, particularly big, what they call big powers?
Well, there is a big hope that something can happen, but unfortunately, the strengths of Benjamin Netanyahu rely on, there is so many European countries and also United States are still supporting him politically in the United Nations, are giving him the free of the veto in the the Security Council in New York, plus still other countries are saying loudly that they stop sending weapons to Israel. On the fact, that's not really at all times, unfortunately.
Now, how do you evaluate the role of the international world bodies, particularly the UN, in addressing the ongoing violations in Gaza?
I think that's a very good question. For the first time, we can see the top of the United Nations, the General Assembly, the Security Council, Antonio Guterres, the General Secretary, so many times did something very strong against Israel, and that led to that for the first time to see that the Israeli leaders, the representative of Israel at the United Nations, are giving hard time and talking badly about the big shot, the president of the UN, and he asked the chief of the UN, Guterres, either to resign or to give another kind of excuse to Israel. That's actually is not what the United Nations used to receive or to address. So I don't think that there is no more effort can be done. Benjamin Netanyahu and his cabinet are not listening, and they feel that they have power, they can do everything. So the maximum of the United Nations was done. Is still very serious to do what he can do. But the other side, the veto of the United States, is giving unfortunately hard time to the situation and give a free hand or green line to Benjamin Netanyahu to do what he would like to do.
Mr. Mahram, what must change within the international system to ensure that such violations do not go unpunished and that justice is served for the people of Gaza? No, to the people of the whole world.
I guess the president of the United Nations, Antonio Guterres, the General Secretary, he called so many times for a change in the strategy of the United Nations. He said 193 countries, 5 countries has the right of the veto, and the other countries, 10 countries, every 2 years they change. He said since 1945, when the United Nations started, the population of the world globally was almost 2 billion. Right now, there are 8 billions. So he's asking for a change, kind of a change. Why not? Not only 5 countries can have the right of the veto, but maybe 8 or 10 countries to represent more countries in Africa, Asia, and in Latin America. I think what he is dreaming to do, maybe something can happen to make the world better situation.
Right, Mr. Ahmed Mahram, thank you so much for your thoughtful and passionate analysis and your insights into the humanitarian and political dimensions of this crisis are very valuable.